I will keep you here until 4.
What's going on, fangirls and fanboys? You've hit episode 17 of Electric Fancave on electricfeast.com. We're so glad you made it. Today we recap a huge week in comic book adaptations. The Flash, Agent Carter, Batfleck's Batsuit, Gambit, X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, and even news of Bob's Burgers, the comic! Gadzooks! Plus, we correct our many errors from last week, we address some more nagging questions about the necessity of certain cultural phenomena, and we take a look at awesome viral things featuring our girl J-Law, and basically CW's entire stable of actors. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The Fan Cave begins now. Whew, it's a big week.
Big week. Lots of things have happened.
Lots of things have happened, for sure. How's yours going so far?
You know, tragedy struck.
Tragedy
Although
struck.
that's probably actually an exaggeration.
Is
On
it?
Friday, well, depends on how you look at it. For me, personally, it was a personal, tragedy is too strong a word. Anyway, it was hotter than Hades last week.
It was. Oh my God.
And so on Friday, I bought a new pair of pants, gray shorts. I was very excited about them. And I went to go put them on, and I realized I couldn't find them, which is weird. I mean, how do you lose pants? I don't just have the habit of taking my pants off places. Yep.
Well.
Okay. Let's going to skip over that.
All
Sometimes I do take my pants off places. But anyway, that sounded awful. That's not what I meant, internet. Anyway, the point is that
take
this.
it as
I
you will.
couldn't find my pants. And then I realized also all of my nice jeans were missing.
Ooh.
And then I remembered that I went to the laundromat on Sunday and I left all of my pants there. And then when you don't realize it till a week later, people take them.
They're not there. Yeah.
They're not there.
I'm baffled by this because you're not the only one who's done this. Our friend
you know,
Brianna did this too. Like, you go to a laundromat and it's like you have one job.
I know. And
how do you not
I agree with you. I completely agree.
do that?
I can't tell you other than I was distracted and in a rush. And so I loaded up all my stuff and got home, unloaded it, still didn't notice. It was hot, so I was in shorts all week. Now all I have are fat jeans to wear, which is awful.
Fat jeans?
Yeah, the jeans I wear when I'm feeling fat and or if I've like fluctuated up in my weight, you know, like your weight's on the upswing and you're like, I feel kind of frumpy, got to put my fat jeans on. That's all I have left right now. And I have some other pairs of shorts.
Man.
It's tragic. And it's not even so much
yeah.
the fact that I need to go buy new jeans, which is a struggle. Like money-wise, whatever, it's fine. It's not like jeans are
just buying
that
jeans
expensive.
sucks.
It's
the
more of the fact that A, I'd rather swimsuit shop than buy jeans. Throwing
That's
that out
saying a
there.
lot, yeah.
B, jeans are hard. Like I have compiled these jeans over the years.
Right.
Okay? And now they're all gone at once. And you can't find them anymore. And that actually brings me to
is this is where it
Why is that a
happens?
because
Goodness. Okay. Here it is, you guys.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
Why is it a thing? So I go to buy new jeans to replace the ones that I've lost. And first of all, I grant you, it's a terrible time to buy jeans. It's right before summer. There are no
Right,
jeans.
yeah.
There are shorts. So I get the crappy end of jean stuff. They have this new fad is this indigo wash. I mean, it's not even new. It's new to me since the last time I bought jeans, which who knows
I've
how long.
never heard of this.
Okay, indigo wash jeans. So it's some kind of dye that they use in the jeans. And just comes the disclaimer that says, for the first 3 to 4 washes, wash these jeans by themselves. Otherwise, they'll bleed all over your stuff. So I'm thinking, I'm sorry, you want me to spend an extra $1.50 to wash these pants in a separate load and dry them in a separate load? You must be kidding me, jean manufacturers.
Well,
I'm pretty sure
wait.
Levi Strauss did not make his jeans with indigo wash so that his people had to wash them separately from all their clothes.
Here's my other thing, though. Like, and if it takes 3 or 4 washes, right, and they're gonna bleed, like, do they even look like what you bought them like afterwards?
I don't know.
That
So I'm like,
doesn't
just
make
make
any
them a
sense.
little bit lighter. I don't need them. If I wanted black jeans, I would buy black jeans. I don't need midnight blue jeans.
Yeah, that
And I
doesn't-
definitely don't care. I definitely don't want jeans on my hands, you know, and jeans on my shirt. Just give me regular jeans, like regular dark wash jeans. I know that's a thing. It's out there
think it
because I
is.
used to have a pair. They had a hole in the crotch and they got stolen from the freaking laundromat.
So they had a hole in the crotch and someone still janked them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically,
They
if you
must have
wore a
been some
long
good
shirt,
jeans.
it was okay. And I just wore them with like dark underwear, so you couldn't really see the hole.
That's brilliant.
Like
sometimes when I get the hole in the crotch thing, I'll wear like leggings underneath it. But that's pretty bold to be like, I'm just gonna wear dark underpants.
Yep,
it's fine.
I risked it. No one said anything, and like I said, I usually wore a longer.
No one said anything. Can you imagine the conversation? Like, in what world is it not gonna be sexual harassment when someone says that to you?
Hey, Kristin, you got a hole in your jeans. I'm like, yep, right you are. I was hoping you wouldn't notice that.
So you just wink, which I can't do. But.
And I'm also bummed too because my jeans go in cycles. They go from nice jeans that I wear all the time till they get holes in them. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the other thing. Now jeans have holes in them. I'm like, I don't want to I don't need jeans that have holes because I don't want to wear shorts. I want to wear things that cover my legs, not, drafty pants. I don't want holes in my pants. Because I go from like jeans that are nice, then when they get holes, then I cut them into shorts, and then when those get so holey that they're falling off, I turn them into my swimsuit cover-up.
Wow. That is quite a process. You've got it all figured out.
I do. And I just don't endorse this newfangled jean thing.
Yeah, where they're a couple steps ahead of you on that.
Yeah, they have holes or I have to wash them separately. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm at a laundromat. I'm not washing my pants separately. I clearly can barely keep track of them when they're with the other clothes, let alone by themselves. Can you imagine? I would never get them home.
Yeah, no, there's no way. Now let me shift for a moment here. And can we talk about for a moment something I'm having issues with as a thing? I ordered pizza from Domino's the other day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you ever watch their little pizza tracker thing?
Yeah, I'm wondering because my internet's so crappy if it doesn't work great because I feel like it gets stuck on the Fernand is making your pizza. And I'm like, okay, thanks, Ferdinand. I really appreciate it. Which is a ridiculous name. I don't think Ferdinand has ever made my pizza. But
I'm sorry to anyone listening who might be named Ferdinand.
Yes. I'm not saying it's a bad name. Just
it's the name in that Disney.
Francis Ferdinand.
Franz
the Explorer.
Ferdinand?
Whatever. I've heard it both ways.
At Disneyland, they have that Billy Hill and the Hillbillies thing. And he has a song, and it's like, my daddy's name was Ferdinand, my mama's name was Liza. They didn't know what to call me, so they named me Fertilizer.
No,
Billy
but now
Hill.
I do. I feel like I've got to.
Anyway,
genius. Sorry, pizza tracker.
But the pizza tracker.
Domino's.
So, I usually don't really pay attention to it. I'll, leave it on in the background or whatever, and I have the sound off. But I noticed, I got, a pan pizza the other day. And it had, I was like, oh, there's a thing I can click here. And it brings up a video, and all of a sudden, it's this, Barry White voice.
Okay, I've seen that where it's like, hey.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Kool-Aid guy, but more sensual.
Yeah, it's like, we're making your pizza. It's going slowly through the oven. I'm like, why is the pizza tracker trying to seduce me? And I feel like when someone's about to shove their body full of pizza, that's the last moment they're really looking to be seduced. You know what I mean?
Yep. Because you're probably wearing fat jeans and about to eat a whole
totally fat jeans. If even fat jeans, probably no pants. And if pants,
me. I'm not wearing pants right now.
Yeah,
just kidding. I'm wearing
pants. I'm wearing workout shorts. I'm close. I don't understand why. I feel like they're trying too hard.
Yeah. Yeah. But trying too hard for what?
Yeah. To what end?
They're not trying to be. Are they trying to be funny, or are they? Is that what it is?
Funny? I don't know. I just feel uncomfortable. My pizza comes,
you should
and
file a sexual harassment suit with.
Right. I feel like I've violated the delivery person when they come to the door after I've been watching that. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. They have sexualized you in a way I'm not comfortable with.
Even though they weren't even making it.
No. Well,
it's Ferdinand who really was being sexualized at this point.
The person who delivered mine the other day had a really good name. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, oh, that's not a real name.
Yeah, you're like,
I almost wanted to call her by it when she came to the door, and then I was like, that's creepy. That would be a little weird.
Oh, because they tell you that so-and-so's delivering your pizza.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Ferdinand put it in the oven and Starbeard
Gazer
took it out.
I'm sorry, Starbeard? Is that what you said?
No, it's I guess it was going Starburns, but I didn't want to, I don't know. It just Starbeard came out.
Are those people from Evansbeard?
Those are people from Evansbeard. Definitely. Everybody's name is something beard. Starbeard. Mouth beard.
That's because they're all from the same clan, so they have the same last name.
See?
You know, like an Irish or Scottish clan, you know.
There's going to be like a map of this someday, the map of Evan's beard.
Yep. Hanging on my wall.
Yeah. I think we can both agree there's one more thing that doesn't make sense as a thing. And that is a film.
Oh my gosh.
Coming out.
The insensitivity of this made me uncomfortable watching the trailer.
Insensitivity doesn't, like, that's, I can't even, okay, there's a movie coming out, apparently, unless this is like a really well done satire thing, which would be, why would you put this much effort into it? Because it's not funny, it just looks real. Someone's making a movie about the Malaysian Airlines flight that apparently we still haven't found.
Right.
Which I don't know. I think I lost interest in it soon enough that I
thought they found some pieces, possibly.
Maybe
that's not
that
true.
Was a constant thing.
Okay.
Maybe we've located something,
right. But they narrowed it down to like 100 square miles in the ocean. Whatever, right? I don't know.
Sure. I don't know.
It was
regardless.
Anyway,
this happened 2 months ago? Something like that?
So what, this year?
3 months ago? Yeah. It was this year and it's only May.
Yeah.
And someone has already made this like trailer for it. They wrote the script in 20 days, apparently, so I'm sure it's going to be a gem. Yeah. And
they clearly put their best foot forward here.
Yeah, and it was a journalist gave them the idea and had like a theory about what might have happened, and that journalist wants to be anonymous, doesn't want to be named. But they are a financial backer in the film, I guess. And it's just this weird, it's sort of like
there's no talking in the trailer. It's only like intense music.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure, and I honestly don't quite even understand what their theory is of what's happening. There's a gun at some point. So are they think they're going with, there's a guy that has like you don't even see the guy. All you see is a gun. So that could just have nothing to do with it at all. But so I feel like they're going the hijacking route.
It's basically nonstop, but loosely based
but it's
on
also
something that
like
happened.
I feel like it's going to be nonstop, but then done in the same way as Perfect Storm, where really everybody died and they don't know what happened other than the fact that it got lost in the sea.
Yeah. I read a book like that too, called The Terror. That was like, we don't really know what it's about, that like doomed North Pole expedition. And they just sort of came up with something else that happened. It was this weird supernatural crazy thing.
Oh, I don't get it. Well, the thing that bugs me the most about this movie, I mean, other than the fact that I think it's ridiculous, but I just feel like these families are still grieving.
Right.
And I find it to be ridiculous. Like, come on.
Yeah, give it a minute. Let it settle in.
Let them still try to accept the fact. I mean, they've never found bodies of these people. They never found anything. So these people are still trying to cope with the fact that, yes, my, so-and-so loved one is dead. And then this movie, I don't know, and it seems very irresponsible. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like an excuse to make a bad action movie more than anything else. And like
just make
exploit.
It about yes. Totally exploit. Because it's hot right now.
Yeah, this should not be a thing. And it's not even hot anymore, which I feel like they were trying to get it out.
To ride the wave of whatever.
To ride the wave of that, and nobody's paying attention. Even CNN has moved on, and so
finally.
They've got Jay-Z and Beyonce and all that.
You really want to make a movie, figure out
what
really happened in the. Well, did you see the SNL from this
weekend? SNL this week.
That's a kick it.
Yeah.
I love you.
Their dub of what happened in that elevator is glorious, and I think Foot 5 needs to be a thing.
Yeah.
So you should look up that SNL sketch if you haven't seen it. It's basically, there's an explanation of what happened in that elevator. And then Jay Farrow and Sashir Zameda do like an overdub of what was the conversation that was happening in the
real
elevator.
audio.
They do the audio because there wasn't any. And it's hysterical.
And of course, Keenan, every time Solange moves her hand, he's like, whoa, hey.
So good. Yeah, so that was pretty epic. But those are three things that should not exist.
No.
And that that needed to get off our chests.
Yeah,
We just need to get that out of the way before we get into all the excitement of the wonderful things that are happening.
Starting with how wrong we were last week.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow,
We were so wrong
get a fact
so
checker.
many times. Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like everything I check, someone's like, did you, when you said, did you mean, like, ugh. For one,
No.
yeah, I think the most embarrassing for me was that I kept on referring to Aaron Ashmore as Ryan Ashmore as I'm boasting about, like, being able to tell him apart from his twin brother. I can tell them apart, but I don't know their names.
That
apparently.
was my favorite. That was kind of my favorite mistake, only because you were like, "Oh, ever since I've been little, I've known them apart."
No, I can totally tell them apart. I'm so good at this.
I don't know what they're called, but that's funny.
They're like totes my BFFs, and like I know them super well. And then I just butcher his name. So his name's Aaron Ashmore, not Ryan. I don't know, white guy names. That's the way I look at it.
Aaron.
That's Aaron Balake. Yeah, this is why in my cohort, in my program, there's a fella whose name is Alex, but my foreign cohort, they have trouble telling white guys apart, and it's like seriously a thing, and it's hilarious. But when we first came here, my classmate Bianca was like, every time I see Alex, I want to call him Nick, because I just know he has a white guy name, so... I just want to call him Nick, and we have called him Nick ever since then. We only told him last week.
Where you're not really sure what his name is because Nick has become so ingrained in him as a person.
It was becoming a problem because I was walking into the classroom, and he was usually the first person sitting there, and I'd walk in, I'd be like, "Hey!" Just stop.
Okay.
Full stop.
I call my friend Casey's boyfriend Jeff all the.
Is it Jeff?
No. Oh shoot. See, this happened.
Yeah,
because
that's the thing. You get so used to like the wrong.
I think it's Jeff, but it's not. It's Brad, or it's Brad, and I think it's Jeff, or what? I don't know what it is. Anyway, same thing though. When I see him, and I'm like, I'm just gonna say, "Hey, dude," and give him a foot high five next time because I can't even go there. I'm like, I don't remember. You kind of, it's same thing. Jeff, Brad.
Not falling into that trap. Yeah.
You know?
So my apologies to Aaron Ashmore. I knew your name's not Ryan. I was just.
And she also knows you, not your brother. So
yeah. At the end of the day, I still know he's not Sean Ashmore. And that's
is that really Sean's name?
I was about to say that is the right name, right? Now I'm questioning everything. What's my name? I don't even know.
Everything. Oh man.
Yeah. And then
what else did we get wrong?
What else did we get wrong?
The giant thermometer is in Baker. Not Barstow.
Yeah, which officially means there's nothing worth seeing in Barstow.
Yeah.
We were wrong about the one thing.
There's not even a giant thermometer.
Yeah.
So.
That's unfortunate. Are both of those on the way to Vegas?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure because
This is about to be another correction.
This is going to be another correction. Baker is.
No, Baker definitely is.
Baker definitely is.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even... My California geography is not up to snuff.
No. Apparently. Well, it's a big state. It's a very large state.
There's a lot happening, you know?
But I feel like I've been through Barstow for something, and so they.
Is there an In-N-Out there?
Maybe.
That would be the only other reason to stop.
Yeah, that's almost as good as a giant thermometer, I guess. Yeah. So that was another one we got wrong.
Oh, Barstow, San Bernardino County.
Oh, San Bernardino County is really big.
It is. It's the biggest county in California.
Yeah, it's also really hard to say. San
Bernardino?
San Bernardino.
Well, it's just confusing because people say San Bernardino, but it's San Bernardino. There's an extra R in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I feel like people know. It's just kind of hard to say out loud. I read this thing once that was talking about the way locals refer to actual, like, places in California, because they're not always super intuitive, as is the case probably everywhere. But San Bernardino was... put as San Bernardino. You just leave out everything. It's just San Bernardino. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I have a really hard time with it.
Yeah.
It's too
But yeah, Barstow is off the 15 there.
Okay, so yeah.
Right out past Victorville.
We were on the right track-ish.
We're on the right track-ish. Everything's off the 15 though.
Yeah, and it starts with a B.
Yeah.
So there.
So I'm pretty sure we were right. Sort of. Not really.
Do you hear the chainsaw outside right now, by the way?
Wait,
I don't know why you're looking outside your place.
Well, that's what you were hearing.
No, can you hear? Okay, I'm just wondering. Do you hear the chainsaw outside? That's me.
Oh.
I sent something for you.
Oh my god. This is my nightmare.
And then, okay. Oh, I messed up the episode number at the beginning. The funny thing is, too, I checked my notes afterwards. As I said, this was episode 17, and it was 16. So I checked my notes afterwards. I was like, did I write 17? No, I wrote 16. So apparently I just can't read.
Numbers are hard.
They are. Gosh, I have such issues with that. And finally,
Bat Country. What's Bat
Country?
I don't actually even know what this correction is. I didn't even know what you were talking about last time. So
okay, well, I merely said it was like an Avenged Sevenfold song, which it is. So I wasn't entirely wrong, but it comes from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and according to Wikipedia,
wait, that's why they call Barstow that?
I guess, yeah, but it doesn't really tell me what it means. But in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, it says, comes from a line in the book in which Raoul Duke, the alter ego pseudonym of Hunter S. Thompson himself, is on his way to Las Vegas while being affected by various drugs and thus hallucinates, seeing huge bats and manta rays in the sky. With this, he gasps to his companion and attorney, Dr. Gonzo, "We can't stop here, this is Bat Country." So I guess if he's on his way to Vegas, I don't know if it says it's Barstow or if, that's Barstow just decided that was where you would trip balls and see bats. But
it's because that's what they're doing all the time there.
Right,
They want you to join them because they're looking like Doug with the needle in their neck. So.
I don't want to revisit that. That was so gross.
I don't either. I'm sorry. I should have done that. Happy thoughts.
Yeah, those were our corrections. Thank you, everyone, for
correcting us.
Yeah, reminding us that we're dumb. In fairness, I did figure out the Aaron Ashmore one on my own.
True.
As I was editing, I was listening to it and I was like, that's not his name.
That's not. You should have
definitely not.
You should have just said Ryan into the microphone and then redubbed over yourself.
In both, so in the video it's like really obvious.
Yes. No, just leave it. Yeah, it's one of those bad translation, whatever.
It's a bad dub. Ugh. We'll try not to get as many things wrong this week, but no promises.
I'm not going to try it all. I'm going to continue to be ignorant.
Yeah, I'm already focusing so hard on trying to say 50% less. You can tell. If you're noticing weird pauses in the way that we speak.
We're thinking of other things to say.
We're trying so hard, you guys. It's really difficult. We're Californians. It's
true.
It's tricky.
Well, technically you're from Massachusetts. I don't know what your excuse is.
Well, I've been here long enough to pick up your bad habits.
You watched. Excuse me.
Oh, snap.
If I could snap, I would right now. I can't, so I'm just going to say, I can't snap. It's like a thing.
That's weird,
my brother makes fun of me. Yeah. Whoa. It's really sad.
I noticed your brother followed us on Twitter, by the way. So
he did.
I felt pretty cool.
You should feel cool. He doesn't
cool
actually tweet, though. He just follows ESPN and celebrities to get news. So.
Well, that counts. That totally counts. I felt good about it. He follows ESPN and all those things and the Electric Fancave.
Yes. What? Now he can get all of art. Now we can get art great news. Breaking news!
All the important things.
It's Aaron Ashmore, not Ryan. He's like, I don't even know who that is.
Right.
Either of those people. I don't know Aaron or Ryan.
Ugh. Worst. Okay.
Anyway.
So do you think we should start with the viral things or with the comic book mayhem? It's a tough call. I know.
It is a tough call. I guess comic book, there's more of them?
Okay. We're going to try to get through all these comic book developments here, show you some trailers, all that kind of stuff. But there is a lot going on. Kristin, what are you most excited about?
Ooh. I don't know. See, if you had asked, and it's funny, if you had asked me this yesterday, I definitely would have said Agent Carter because I loved her character in Captain America.
Do you?
I think Haley Atwell is very glamorous, and whenever I see her not being Peggy Carter, I don't know who she is.
What else is she in?
I can't tell you because I don't know what else she's been in. Every time she needs to have the red lipstick and the hair and be awesome because I've seen pictures of her from like the premiere, all that stuff.
You're like, who's that?
Yes, exactly. She's sitting next to Chris Evans. Clearly, it's Captain America. I'm going, who's this girl? I don't know who she is.
Weird.
So I like her. I just like that she's like a badass British spy, just cool.
Yeah.
And so I just am excited to kind of watch them see kind of what her story is. Because there is like a gap, obviously of the 70 years that Cap was frozen on the ice. And you get to see, and they kind of went in a little bit and how she was like, well, he started doing S.H.I.E.L.D. and just kind of that whole backstory just sounds super fun to me. And so I'm super excited. But watching Guardians of the Galaxy this morning, I'm like, I might be more excited.
Oh my gosh, Guardians of the Galaxy looks incredible. Here's a little bit of the trailer from that. And it's amazing. And I think this is great because, as a lot of people are pointing out now, I've read several articles mentioning this. There's this weird way that these comic book, Marvel, DC, all of these people aren't putting out certain properties that people really want to see because they think people only want to see, say, the Avengers and the members of that and so forth. And so they've really dragged their feet on putting out Wonder Woman and other properties like that. And they're like, oh, nobody wants to watch these comic book movies if they're not the big ones.
Yeah.
And then you have Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like a largely unknown property that, I mean, people read it, but it was never huge, right? I'm not super comic booky. Like, don't read them a lot. I know the stories and stuff. Yeah.
So I didn't even know what Guardians of the Galaxy was.
Right.
And then I'm watching it, I'm like, why even this just looks fun.
Yeah.
So the music is great. I love Chris
Pratt. Oh my gosh. You will always get me when you put Spirit in the Sky in a trailer.
Seriously, the music, the soundtrack to the trailers alone is reason to see. I'm like, I'm buying the soundtrack for the movie.
Yeah.
That's happening. Whenever I'm waiting for iTunes, I'm just going to check it constantly until it comes out because I love it.
Yeah, Spirit in the Sky and Hooked on a Feeling. I'm like, dude, for real, you get me.
Good.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Good. And I love the way Zoe looks in it. And
just like, yes.
She's like so fierce in that green makeup. And
yeah, I know. Yeah.
So good. So good. And like, Rocket Raccoon is, well, A, adorable. Yes. And B, just awesome. And it's Bradley Cooper.
And Vin Diesel. Come on.
Our man Vin Diesel is in it.
Who actually got a line in this.
Yeah. But it's just him saying his name. They're like, Vin Diesel plays whatever.
Gru,
and he's like, Gru. And he's like, I'm Gru. Okay. Well, there's that. Kristin and I are huge fans of the Fast and Furious franchise. So Vin Diesel in all the things. Just FYI. So,
and I'm just a big fan of Vin Diesel's internet videos, YouTube videos. That he
singing Rihanna to his girlfriend and
singing Katy Perry to himself.
She's so ridiculous and so wonderful. He's the perfect.
You guys, The Pacifier was on the other day. I watched it.
I've never actually seen The Pacifier.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I would expect that, but I would probably like it. Is Brittany Snow in that?
Yes, who I also love.
Brittany Snow. But you haven't watched American Dreams.
I watched the first couple, but I don't know. I didn't get into it, and then I stopped watching it, and then it was over. So I never got the chance.
I will lend it to you, and you'll binge watch, and you'll be like, oh yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
I do love her. I think she's adorable.
Brittany Snow? Brittany Snow is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, anyway, just to say that the excitement about this shows that it doesn't have to be Superman or Batman or Spider-Man or any of these people that we all know and, have 50 years of history that everybody was super into. It's like, if it's a cool movie, we will watch it.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. If it's good, if it's going to be fun and entertaining and awesome and look cool and funny and all those things, people are going to see it no matter what.
Exactly. And
it's just it's just a space movie. People make movies about space all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of
Galaxy
got that,
Quest. That was a good space
Galaxy
movie.
Quest is the best.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. It just doesn't need. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, studios don't understand audiences as well as they like to think they do. And hopefully putting out something like this will then pave the way for other properties that haven't been able to get out the gate, specifically like Wonder Woman, things like that. Not that I'm super attached to Wonder Woman. I've said this before, but I'm not super into the sort of mainstream comics because it's so impossible to keep up with that many storylines. So there's 27,000 new ones every year, and people die and then they come back, or a different person is the hero or whatever. But I don't know. I think there's so much enthusiasm about having a female-led comic book movie or comic book TV show or things like that, that it's kind of cool. So then that's sort of where Agent Carter comes in as well, as having, you know, someone spun off of this comic book franchise who's a woman who's going to be leading this. And
who's going to be so rad.
Yeah. I will say, like, Captain America is my least favorite of the Marvel
Oof, don't let Tom hear you say that.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. But I can't get into those movies. The second one a little more than the first one, but I do think that it'll be cool to see her have her own thing. Yeah,
I'm excited. Plus, like, I think Stark's dad's going to be there, which is fun. I liked his character in the first Avenger. I mean, not Avengers. Gosh, Captain America. America, I don't know. I'm super stoked.
That's Dominic.
Yeah.
Dominic something. Someone forced me to watch a movie with him in it that was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
Was it the one where he played the twins?
Yes! Were you with me?
Dominic Cooper.
Dominic Cooper.
He's the guy from Mamma Mia.
Yeah. Did you watch it with me? I've been trying to figure out who forced me to watch this movie for months.
I watched the trailer and I was like, that ain't happening.
Awful. And it was the weirdest thing because I feel like it was in sort of a party atmosphere, and it was like, oh, let's all watch a movie. And whoever was like, I want to watch this. And it was like, okay. Because he plays, basically, it's like, they're not twins, it's a double. So it's like Saddam Hussein's son, who was like super, super crazy. I think his name was Uday. And he had a guy like get plastic surgery to look exactly like him and then be his double, and like, you know, kind of kept him out of trouble and all this kind of stuff. But it's super violent and graphic, and like there's one part where like he gets mad at some guy and just like slices open his stomach so his guts all fall out. I was just like, why?
Yeah.
If I had been having a party myself, I think I would have been like, maybe we change it now. This just got a little too real.
This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah. And so I have no idea where or when I saw this, but I'm still really bitter about it, obviously.
Yeah,
I don't have closure because I don't know who made me watch that movie.
Yeah, I would not make you watch that. That wouldn't be one I see, so I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of the person who did it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe
I don't know if
maybe
that
I can start to let it go. No, we'll see.
Maybe you can. Man.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Agent Carter.
I guess if we're talking TV shows, we should talk The Flash.
Oh, yeah, The Flash.
Trailer that came out.
So here's a little bit of the Flash trailer as well. This is very Spider-Man-esque, but I think better. Am I right? Like, he kind of looks like Andrew Garfield.
Little goobery looking.
Yeah, and then the villain guy looks a bit like the villain from the most recent Spider-Man. I think he's the villain anyway. I haven't seen it, so
you're talking about Harry, right?
Sure, I haven't seen it, so I assume that's who he's playing. He's also
he has
in Chronicle.
Like the crazy side part, and his eyes are like super blue. It's the guy that's not Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, there you go. That'll do it. And so like, there's definitely a lot in the like vibe of this that felt very much like the Spider-Man movies, but more fun with better placed like quips and one-liners.
Yeah, the quips were pretty funny from the trailers. I can't even watch Arrow, so and I think they've already started the transition with Arrow,
right?
Which I also don't want. I mean, I started watching it, I kind of got burned out.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. It's just I have too many shows.
Yeah,
so I don't watch it actively, but I am into this sort of like trend of crossover TV shows. I think that's pretty cool. So sort of making something that's like Arrow and Flash overlap, kind of like how I've been watching Chicago PD.
Fire and Chicago PD.
Yeah, they crossed over with Chicago Fire and Law & Order SVU. Yeah, right?
See, I love I don't know. I just always love that.
Yeah.
I loved it when Buffy and Angel did it, which was always really fun.
Exactly.
Warehouse 13 would do it with Eureka. Did you ever watch those shows?
Oh, yeah, because the
Sounds
girl,
like-
Alison Scagliotti, was on
Yes.
on Eureka.
And I don't know, it's just fun when because you watch both and you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just fun. And
Yeah,
because
that
the universe,
recognition.
and you always like to think that these are all happening.
Yeah. Well,
You
it
know?
kind of, it's sort of
The
adds-
Flash, anyway. And the
adds
Flash
the
and them
spookiness.
should go to Gotham at some point. I'm just kidding, I think that's the wrong channel. But
Yeah, I don't think that's the same thing.
plus it's a prequel, so they would be babies, I guess. I understand that. But
Well, it's always, I mean, it's a tricky sort
Yeah.
of timeline, I suppose. You're also putting this Gotham thing in today. I guess it always is, but
yeah.
whatevs.
So
So Batman isn't going to exist for like another 20 years or something like that.
no.
We may see the Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Trying to say it like he does. The Batman.
Nailed it. What were we just talking? What were we? Oh, Flash.
Flash.
Sorry, I lose my
Yeah.
track of
So
things.
anyway, and Danielle Panabaker, which I was like,
Oh, right. What's she been up
what
to?
have you been doing?
Yeah, where has she been lately? That's kind of fun. I like that you recognize. You recognize these weird actors too. You may not recognize as many as I do, but I feel like in the general populace, people aren't generally like, oh, Danielle Panabaker. I wonder if Kay's going to make an appearance.
They're not. My friends have this look they give me when I do that sort of thing. Because they'll talk about movies and I'm like, oh, and so is in it. And they just give me this it's like a combo of who are you and why do you know that? And nobody gives a here. So stop bringing up these weird people,
Yeah,
But
I feel that.
Yeah.
I
Danielle
do feel
Panabaker and freaking Tom Cavanaugh, which I loved. What was it? Remember that TV show he was in? Ed?
Yeah, that was it. Right? Yeah.
With Julie Bowen.
Yep. He's got a weird
So it's
look.
kind of fun. Yeah, he does. But I'm glad that he's back because I feel like I haven't seen him in a long time. So I was stoked that he's coming back for whatever.
I feel like
good.
him and Timothy Omundson are like bizarro versions of each other. There's just something about their face shape and ish that I'm
But they kind of have because I guess they both have big eyes.
They do have the big eyes. They're Irish guys, I don't.
Okay. I don't know if I'd necessarily see that, but I'll let you have it, I guess.
Hey, I said bizarro. That
I get it.
discounts
It's
all
because they're two
differences.
white guys, right?
They're
Is that
two white
why?
guys. It's really hard to tell white guys apart. I don't.
They should be able to do those Discover commercials because I can never tell if in the Discover commercial, the one with the surprise party, if the people who are on the phone are the same people who they're talking to,
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, I treat you like you treat you. And every time I need
Yeah.
I can't figure it out. Everybody. Every single
Right?
character in them all. Okay, wait, are these the same people?
That
Or
drives
is
me
it just
crazy.
people who looks a lot like and I can't figure it out. And I'm like,
I'm glad that's not just me then.
Oh my
I
gosh.
always think that's just me.
No.
Can I not?
Every
there
time that
something
commercial
wrong
comes
with
on, I
me?
run into the room and I watch it really closely.
The one that first got me was when they had the guy who was sitting there and then he was in the shower or something and he was really fit. And I was like, the guy sitting here doesn't look that ripped. What is going on?
Yeah.
And I had DVR at the time. I just kept rewinding it so then it just looks like I'm rewinding to watch this guy in the shower. But I was baffled, trying to look at their faces. And...
Yeah. And anyway, if they're not, they've done a very good job with their doppelgangers because they are uncanny.
Speaking of such things, though, you know what commercial irks me?
No?
The one, and I don't think it's just, no, it is, it might be a Discover one as well, but the one where the twins are talking to each other on the phone, and it's the end of the conversation, she's like, Julie? And you're like,
Please.
you would have had her name, her social security number, her address,
Yes.
there's
You
no
would have
way.
known. They don't just call and give you information over the phone. They
Yeah.
they want your whole life story before.
Exactly. You can't go through an entire transaction and be like, oh,
Right.
have a nice day. Wait!
And if she really had that much of a question, I feel like I would have just called my sister and been like, hey, what should I do with this?
Well,
instead
that's
of
the other
calling-
conceit, is that they have to be estranged twins who this one doesn't
Don't
know the
talk.
other one works for that company.
Yeah.
So
So many problems with this plot.
many holes.
This plot is ridiculous. Discover.
Man, oh man, I can't deal with that. Why are we talking about this?
We started talking about people who look alike because you said that Tom Cavanaugh looks like Timothy Omundson, and I said,
Nope. But
Okay.
twins is becoming a recurring theme as well. So
True.
There's
Maybe
that.
you just have a problem with twins.
I do. Did
Maybe
I
you really
not
haven't
tell you
actually
this?
gotten over your fear.
I haven't. So deep seated. I see doppelgangers everywhere. The doppelganger.
Oh my gosh, you're my hand twin.
Exactly.
Not quite the same thing, but
Not quite. No. But
and I guess if we're talking Gotham, like
Okay.
20 minutes ago when we said mention Gotham,
Yeah,
we
we
should
did
talk
mention
about
Batfleck.
Batfleck in his bat suit.
Yeah, I love that. I was tweeting about the fact that we were going to talk about Batfleck, and my spell check did not have a problem with it. It's like
Already
I
that
typoed the word
ingrained?
"the" and it was like underline, and then I was like Batfleck. I was like, no, you're good.
No, that's a thing.
Chrome has just been waiting for Batfleck to be a thing. It was just in
I
there.
actually made up that.
Yeah. Just put it in the lexicon. Auto replaces it in all the articles. Personally, okay, for one thing, I wasn't outraged by Ben Affleck being Batman because
He's got the jaw. I feel like he's got a good jaw
got
for
a
it.
strong jaw. And I love Ben Affleck. So
It's true.
I just rewatched The Town the other day. I
We're
watched
doing that.
and I rewatched Gone Baby Gone last week. So I have an Affleck thing. So I'm not, more than anything, I just think it's going to be stupid because it's that Superman nonsense. But Ben Affleck is not going to be the problem.
Yeah.
In
Well, and
my
I didn't
opinion.
think, were people upset by the suit? And someone had posted a picture of the Never Forget one with the nipple thing from
Yeah.
the George. Can I say nipple on here? Is that
I
okay?
think you can
I don't
say
know.
nipple.
Okay. Hit me if you want. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't. Anyway, that from the George Clooney one, and so I wasn't sure if people were
Yeah, like
comparing those two, or were they?
I've heard
I don't-
complaints about the built-in muscles and all kinds
but
of
don't
stuff.
they always
but
have that?
I feel like they always do.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe his are just more pronounced or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
possibly. I don't
I
know.
guess I
I
don't-
think it looks good. I mean, I recently read Batman Earth 1, and it looks pretty similar aside from not having the giant yellow bat signal thing in
Yeah.
the middle of it. And I was reading something and it was saying the utility belt thing on this actually looks like it might do something as opposed to Christian Bale's. That was just like a weird rubbery thing he had around his waist. And so I think it looks good, and Ben Affleck looks awesomely broody, and that pose is good.
It's all dark, and he's in the cave by the car. And
Yeah. I feel pretty good about this. I might actually see this.
I'll see it. I'll probably go see it with my dad. My dad's a big Superman, Batman guy.
I don't get Superman.
Well,
I
the only
get
thing,
Batman.
like,
I
yeah,
don't
my
get
big thing with the last movie was it's just when he's fighting and it's two immortal people fighting, it gets old.
Yeah, like
Neither of them are
what's the
getting hurt.
point? I don't.
Neither of them. I'm like, someon get some kryptonite up in here and just help
Yeah, and
fix
just,
this
like,
because this is getting old. Them just fighting for. I mean, that fight sequence was so long. So I feel, and so I'm wondering, how I don't know. So I mean, it could be cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm always
at
down
least-
to see it. I'm always down to see
yeah.
that kind of stuff. I'm not.
Batman's
I
more
know I'm not as
interesting.
invested as some people are into
Yeah.
it. Who take it really personally. I'm like, I'll go see it if I like it. Whatever.
Yeah, it's cool.
whatever.
Maybe dollar theater. I don't know. But
No, it's always a winner.
like Batman's interesting. He's just a guy. Who's,
Yeah.
he's a bit of
That's
a
what he's cool.
vigilante.
That's what's cool about him is he doesn't really have any powers other than being really depressed or
Right.
whatever.
This is why. This is also kind of why I have issues with Captain America. Not to the same extent as Superman, but I do feel like he's just sort of like, he's very like almost invincible. He's so strong. It's really hard to hurt him. And then B, he's just so like solid a guy.
That's why I love him.
It's
That
too
is why I
much.
love him.
I can't do that much. Like just.
I feel like you have so many
goodness.
other superheroes that are so screwed up. It's nice to have a nice, solid one
suppose.
that has
I
good
just
values.
don't know any people like that.
That's so. What's wrong with that? I also don't know anybody who dresses up like a giant bat and roams the cities at night. So
Well, you've clearly never been to Comic-Con.
no.
I don't know.
True.
I think the Batsuit looks good, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe other people think differently. Why should we hate the Batsuit? Feel free to tell us. But
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I'm stoked on it. And I'll see it. I'll see Ben Affleck do it. It's weird also to get him sort of out of these movies that he's been doing lately, like Argo or The Town,
Very,
or
like,
very serious, very gritty. It's
Oscar movies.
Yeah, Oscar movies, and then he's gonna be in a superhero movie. It's like you forget that he used to just be like a dude who didn't say no to anything. This guy did Forces of Nature, and
this
Pearl
guy
Harbor,
did Jersey Girl,
and Jersey Girl,
and Geely.
Geely.
Yeah,
As Regis Philbin says, Jiggly. So I don't know. I feel like he did a very good job of distancing himself from that guy, and now this could sort of go.
Let's cut him a break,
way.
Guys. Yeah.
To what?
Cut him a break. Cut him some slack here.
Yeah.
You know. You know who you shouldn't cut slack though? Who? The person that hired Channing Tatum as Gambit.
I don't even. For one thing, where's Tim Riggins? What's going on with Taylor Kitsch?
That was my exact thought. That was the face. My face was, what about Tim Riggins? I thought he was Gambit. That's what I was thinking when I took that picture.
Yeah. And if you didn't see it, we tweeted and posted on Facebook our initial reactions to hearing this news. It's not that I think Channing Tatum can't do. I just feel like I was already invested in Tim Riggins, and he's got the drawl and the New Orleans thing going on. Like he did. I liked it. That was probably. It's the best part of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Actually, and this is like blasphemy to a lot of people, but I actually thought Deadpool was super cool in Wolverine as well. But a lot of people
I was just more bummed because I think Ryan Reynolds is super hot. And
and you don't get to see him.
Super bummed. Yeah. 2 seconds of it. And they're like, ooh, Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, sweet. And then whatever happened to him. I was like, what the?
Yeah, I wonder if you'll get to see him at all in the actual movie, or if he's just going to be full Judge Dredd style. You never see his face. But, I enjoyed, I think Deadpool and Gambit were the best parts of that.
I don't know.
Channing Tatum
just in everything.
Yeah, and I know that he's supposedly a good actor. I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of Channing Tatum movies, so I didn't watch Magic Mike.
No, I did.
I loved 21 Jump Street. But it's like a comedic role and all that kind of stuff. I don't know about Channing Tatum holding up an entire movie as Gambit. I don't see him as Gambit. It's not his personality, and that's what acting is. I don't know. See, I'm giving Ben Affleck the benefit of the doubt. I'm not doing it for Channing Tatum. I was invested in Taylor Kitsch. I thought he was awesome, and he more embodied it.
I think that's really what it is. It's not that we don't like Channing or that he can't do a good job. I'm sure he'll be fine. Whatever. It was just more of like. Yeah, I kind of want to know the story. I mean, did they even offer it to Taylor Kitsch, or is he just totally off the table? Maybe he couldn't do it, and they're like, "I've got to find somebody else." Yeah. Or maybe he's feeling like he got the shaft. I don't know. Yeah, Taylor, tell us what happened.
Taylor, we need to hear from you.
You were so good, Tim Riggins.
Oh man, I
can't quit you.
I think like Tim Riggins sort of is a Gambit character.
He is,
and
he's just like little voice, and I don't know.
So it made perfect sense to me to have him in it. So there's. We'll see what happens with that. I will almost definitely see that movie. I love X-Men, so
that's exciting.
It's hard to scare me away. Yeah, so that's oh my gosh, X-Men coming out this week. I learned on Tumblr today that James McAvoy's hair is extensions in that.
Really?
Yeah, not his real
Those
hair.
Are really good extensions.
Yeah, right?
They should have Brittany
impressed.
Should hire the makeup person to do her extensions. Hers are awful right now.
Yeah.
Those were beautiful.
Yeah, there's glorious extensions. So I was pretty impressed by that. I am stoked about this movie. And the Rotten Tomatoes ratings are good. Everyone seems to be enjoying it, which is really good news because I think sometimes when the Rotten Tomatoes things are inflated, you're like, well, people just really want to like this. But I think people kind of wanted to hate this. And so the fact that, I think it's a bloated movie with a huge cast and, trying to do
But so was the last one.
Lot.
Didn't everybody like the last one?
A lot of people didn't, which I don't understand. That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Okay,
I absolutely
I like
loved
most movies no one likes those, so what do I know about movies?
Yeah, but I enjoyed that a lot. But this one, I think that's the thing is people were like, oh, well, they already ruined things with First Class, and now they're just going to throw it together with the other one. I'm like, no, they ruined nothing. First Class was awesome. And
Pump your brakes.
Yeah. Word.
Slow it down.
B, I like everybody that's in both of those, and it feels like the best of both worlds. And
the best of both worlds.
Chill it out, take it slow, then you rock out the show.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's probably the first time anyone has referenced Hannah Montana and X-Men at the same time.
Groundbreaking. That's what this show is. Groundbreaking.
And
First Class, best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
New and old.
New and
meshing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
With it. I'm distracted because of that chainsaw outside. It's making it very hard to think.
I can't even hear it.
Yeah, well, it's like right outside my window.
Oh.
Like, and it's getting closer. It started sort of far away, and now it's just
He's
like
making his way through all of the people before you.
Yeah, basically. And I'm just sitting here like, la, la, la. I just watched Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, last night. So, I'm in that headspace as well, which wasn't as good as I hoped it was going to be, but the end of it was pretty scary. That's a plus. Yeah.
I don't watch those
It's
movies,
basically Paranormal Activity with minorities. But it takes place in Oxnard, so it's kind of local.
It's weird. It's a really weird town.
It's like when it opened and it was like Oxnard, California. I was like, really?
I'm not even really sure. I'm 100% sure where Oxnard, California is.
It's around
on the
here. It's
405,
like,
right? Off the 405?
No, it's on the 101. It's like 30 minutes south of here.
It's over by Camarillo.
Yeah, it's near Camarillo.
There was a fire there once, right?
Sure.
I'm sure California's on fire all the time.
Yeah,
so.
like in
That's kind of
any
stupid
given location, you can probably say it was on fire.
It was on fire
at some point. I think all of Santa Barbara
really
burned
weird.
down once.
That's super weird.
Yeah.
I mean, Oxnard. Sure, let's go with that one.
It was kind of cool because they were trying to sort of like focus like on non-whites in this, which is unusual. So that was kind of cool. But I don't know. They like did too many effects and things like that sort of like, even though they were good, up to the hokiness factor of it. But I'm always a fan of movies where they just like unapologetically talk in another language and they don't bother subtitling it. They're just like, no, you should know this.
Who was I talking? Who was it that I? Oh, my sister-in-law. Her and her coworker. They'd gotten a copy of. I'm gonna ruin the story now. It's totally lame. It was like
I can see the story going downhill.
They watched some movie that had. Shit. Oh, shoot. Sorry. They watched some movie that had a lot of. I don't even know what the language was because I don't know what the movie was. This is anyway. Forget it. Stupid story. The point was that they watched the whole thing thinking this is weird that there weren't subtitles when really there should have been. But the copy they were watching didn't have it because it was like an illegal copy, and so they just didn't know what was going on.
But they kept watching it.
Yeah, the whole movie. It was some kind of foreign movie. Now I don't remember what it was.
That's really weird.
Anyway, that was kind of a good. And then I found $20 though. So that was exciting.
Ding ding. Speaking of foreign movies, I just watched a great one the other day called Omkara, and it is.
Was that the one you were with the Othello one?
Yeah, so it's Othello, but it takes place in India, and it's like really kind of a good like action movie, but then there's also like dancing and singing in it, which is awesome. So, and just really good looking fellas being crazy, and it's delightful. So if you can track it down anywhere, I highly recommend watching it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll post that dance scene on the blog so people can check it out. It's so good. There's so many little.
I don't think this is the move that they do. This is just
more like a hand turning thing.
More like spirit fingers.
Yeah, it's so good. What other comic book movies and things do we have?
You haven't talked about Bob.
Bob! Oh my gosh, Bobby. Bob's Burgers is getting a comic. And
I was so excited by Tina's and Jean's musical
so it's like Jean's
adventures
musical adventures, and then Tina's erotic friend fiction, which is one of the best Bob's storylines ever. Where Tina, we're all familiar with the term fan fiction. Tina writes it, but about real people in her real life. And being Tina, the awesome woman that she is.
The strong, sensual...
smart, strong, sensual woman that she is. She, like, doesn't think it's weird at all. But then once her classmates find out about it, it's clearly weirding them out. And it's so good. I love everything about Tina because that's the thing is she's just like, I am what I am. And she thinks nothing of her craziness. She's just like, yeah. That's what it's what we all like, wish we could have been. You know?
I know. I wish I had that much confidence at that age.
Right. Just throwing it all out there and being like,
letting the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. And being totally unconcerned with it. She's not trying to make a statement or anything like that. She just is Tina. It's so
gosh, she's so good.
Yeah.
I'm just beyond excited about that.
Yeah, I'm really stoked. I interviewed a guy who cosplayed as Tina at Kamikaze, and his like explanation of her was just so great because he's like, I feel like it's universal, you know, anyone can kind of look at Tina as a role model, and it's like, I'm not dressed as Tina because I think it's funny to be in drag. I just really identify with that character.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, man.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't identify with Tina? She's the best. So Bob's Burgers comics are coming, and I will own them all. Yep. I don't know if I need to put those on my pull list at the comic book store or what, but
something tells me they're not gonna sell out super quick. It's not a I don't think it's a super popular show. I feel like every year everyone's worried that it's going to get canceled.
Well, at this point, though, I think they renew like 2 seasons ahead. I think it's actually pretty safe and popular. It finally, like,
maybe it's just the people I hang out with.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm always telling people, you should watch Bob's Burgers, and nobody has even heard of it. And they laugh because the title's kind of weird. And it's a cartoon on Fox, and everyone just kind of goes, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
anyway,
they're missing out.
I'm excited about
it.
It's
awesome. That's all there is to it.
It's awesome.
Oh boy, we're running out of time. So we should move on. Have we hit all of the comic book adaptations? I think we did.
Yeah. Did you want to... Yeah, we have.
Okay.
We have.
Okay. So then we have to go and look at the viral things. And I think that's a good way to sort of end the show on few things you can go and look up afterwards and just laugh.
If you haven't already.
So for one, there is the best photo going around. This so outdoes the Oscar selfie. Dude, it is like all these
if
CW,
only for Misha's face.
Yeah, all the CW actors at upfronts took their own selfie, and you've got like Vampire Diaries people and Supernatural, and you've got Sam right in the middle. Arrow. Is John Barrowman on Arrow?
Huh?
Is John Barrowman on Arrow? Because he's in the back of that picture, isn't he?
I don't know.
Maybe.
But Stephen Amell's in it. That's why I'm saying Arrow.
Well, yeah, no, but I was just trying. That was more of a clarification. I was like, what's John Barrowman doing in this picture? Maybe it's not him and it just looks like him. I don't know.
Maybe it's his twin brother, Josh Barrymore.
They have different last names, but they're twins.
I was trying to say the same last name you did, but I don't remember what it was. And I don't really know who that person is, so I was just going to make it up.
He's from Doctor Who and Torchwood.
That's why.
Yeah, and also he takes the best photos with fans on the planet because basically nothing's off limits with him. So
he's like
like Rihanna, pretty much. Yeah, I think like he used to like he would even like kiss fans and stuff like that, but then he got married, and so out of respect for his husband, he's like, no, I don't
do that anymore.
I don't do that, but. Anything else, pretty much just go for it.
Goes.
So pictures with him are always great. But this selfie is just, it's so perfect, and it's got so many pretty faces in it. It's really like a teen/20s girl in this day and age, their dream.
Yes, totally. I'm like, uteruses are exploding all over America when that selfie was taken.
Yeah, exactly. Ovaries!
So many feelings!
So is it you who refuses to use the term feels?
No, I use it.
Okay, someone just said that the other day. I can't remember who. Yeah, now that I think about it, no, you've definitely used that. Someone was like, I refuse to use the word feels. I was like, what?
I feel like using the word feels is very... I only use... It comes with a certain connotation. Yeah. It's not just... You can't just throw it around like, oh, it feels to... You know, it's like, no. There's a specific way that I use it.
And usually has to do with Hiddleston.
99.9% of the time it has to do with Tom Hiddleston.
Oh my god.
By the way, I know this wasn't viral, but that picture of him Oh my goodness.
So Hiddles is like besties with Jim Beaver. This totally connects to the CW upfronts because Bobby Singer.
And he was just like gushing so much
and
about
this is
him.
not the first time this has happened. Like Jim Beaver has before also gushed about how much he loves Tom Hiddleston and what a wonderful man he is. And like because I respect Jim Beaver and love him so much, I trust it. You know?
I know. That's why I feel that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's because he must not it must be for real.
Yeah.
It just must be.
Like Jim Beaver wouldn't just throw that around, you know.
I mean, and if what are the words I'm like? They didn't just go silent, people. We didn't cut out. That was
this is what happens when we don't say like.
Yeah. Instead of saying like,
silence.
there's really long, awkward silences. He didn't have to be as flowery.
Yeah.
Or whatever, I don't know. And he could have just been like, oh yeah, Tom
gushing.
Hiddleston, he's a pretty cool dude, whatever, and not be the end of it. But it was just, I wish he was my son. I wish he was my friend, my brother, my whatever, my uncle. Yeah. I don't know what I said.
Because the thing is, there's so much name dropping in Hollywood. There's plenty of that. Like, oh, check me out with so and so. But you know, what a cool dude. But this was genuinely like he considers him family. He just thinks he's one of the most amazing human beings. And I love everything about that. It's just two of my favorite celebrities together. I can't even.
I can't even handle the perfection of that.
Perfection. So between that photo and the CW photo, it's been a good one. And I saw a photo today of Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy that was also perfect.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
I'll have to send that to you because it's so
good. Send that to me. I want to see it.
Yeah, so check out the CW selfie. It's great. Everyone is in top form. Just top form in that. And then, most importantly...
My girl.
Our girl, J-Law.
Oh my gosh. She was killing me. Did you watch her interview too? I guess we should talk about the thing. They did a game called Box of Lies, if you guys didn't catch it, on Jimmy Fallon. So it's Tonight Show. Who, by the way, he's killing it on that show.
He really is.
He's
knocking it out of the
absolutely
park.
killing it. And it's so funny to think back. I want someone to show him his first interview from his first late show because it was painful.
Yeah. And he's still not the best interviewer, but he's figured out how to work with it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's come so far. So they did this game called Box of Lies, which is amazing. They have these boxes filled with random things, and they open them and try to essentially lie to the other person, right?
Yeah. But and who comes up with something like this? There's so many layers to that. Like,
I know.
We're going to put some weird crap together and put it in a box and then have you pull it out and not describe it and try to get the other person to guess, but lie about it and figure out whether that's true or not.
Yeah. But the thing that I couldn't get over, the thing that really stood out to me the most about, other than their awesome little thing with the dancing, was nobody and I watched the previous two, because isn't the first time they've played this game.
Oh, okay.
Nobody has ever said, "What's in the box?"
That is a missed opportunity.
And it blows my mind because he keeps saying, like, he'll say, you know, you're trying to guess what's in the box, and he says it normal, and I'm waiting for him to be like, "What's in the box?" And I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's there's never going to be a more perfect opportunity for you to use that in a real sense.
Well, maybe he's going to have Brad Pitt on it one day. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I would die. That
would be incredible.
We should tweet that at Jimmy Fallon. Like, have you considered having Brad Pitt come on for Box of Lies?
But don't have him play Jimmy. Have him not play, like, you know what I'm saying? What am I trying to say? Never mind. Forget it. Words are really hard for you guys.
Words are hard.
Anyway, but yes, and
it's
also
true. That's a missed opportunity.
Yes, that's a missed opportunity. But the items themselves, like the John Stamos with the Hershey's Kisses, when she goes, "You're a sociopath if that's not true," you know. And then she pulls out a nest with a chimichanga in it.
Yeah.
Who thought of these?
And her description, so she pulls out this weird nest with the food in it, and she says that, what does she say? It's something on a bed of Flintstones vitamins.
Yeah, and then
she sniffs to make sure they're Flintstones.
She oversold it.
She did. She oversold it.
With the sniffing, I think, is what put him. He was like, "You know, by the smell." And she's like, "Oh yeah." But yeah, I don't remember what it was on, but oh man.
It's like, how do you just come up with that off the top of your head?
I don't know.
She had a Flintstone vitamin.
I feel like
this
if I
morning.
knew I was going to play that game, I would come up with scenarios already.
That's true.
That were really random things, because when you pause for a second, I feel also, okay, well, they're trying to think of a lot. You know, I don't know. I'm
but that
super
you
into
could
this
throw
game.
someone off that way.
I really want to play it. I know.
Maybe this should be a thing we play. This should be our party game.
And we don't even need a...
That's true. We could do this here.
We could.
Next week, you guys, Box of Lies.
Box of Lies.
We have to have like somebody else prepare the box for us, right? Because otherwise we wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we could prepare our own box.
Well, right, but then it wouldn't be surprising to us to pull out what was in it.
Oh, true.
We wouldn't really need a box. Be like, what am I thinking about?
What weird item am I picturing right now?
Exactly. So we'll figure out a way to play Box of Lies, and it'll be good. On that note, we are totally out of time. So we'll link to all of these things on the blog. Make sure that you guys check them out on electricfeast.com. That's the Fan Cave this week. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in wherever you're listening or watching us from. Feel free to get in touch. We welcome your jokes, your corrections, your suggestions on things we should talk about, and so on. You can email us at electricfancave@gmail.com, comment on the Electric Feast Facebook or on the YouTube, and now you can follow us on the Tweety at Electric Fan Cave. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere else the podcast shows up. Until next time, I'm Corrigan Vaughn.
I'm Kristin Lateral.
And Lightning gave us abs.
When you said abs, for some reason I went right to Chris Pratt because I just watched that trailer and his abs are phenomenal.
That guy did some work.
Dude, I applaud him.
Yeah.